Good morning, Steve Freed with the morning grain comments. Markets are mixed overnight. Beans a little bit lower, corn unchanged, and wheat's a little bit higher. I think in the overnight session there was talk that maybe we'd see some profit taking, especially in the corn and soybeans as U.S. farmers complete their 21 crop harvest and could push some cash into the marketplace. We also have seen 3 straight up days where the funds have bought our markets, and sometimes that is completion of a phase of buying, and that the markets could be a little bit overbought. Underneath the market, support is from very strong cash markets here in the U.S. with very good ethanol and very good soybean crush margins. We also note outside markets in China, Dalian, soybean and corn futures are lower, while meal, palm, and soybean oil prices are higher. This week, President of China and President of the United States will have a virtual conversation about many items. One could be trade. There is talk that China may ask to have the Phase 1 trade agreement drop 35% or $265 billion of U.S. ag goods. They might also be asking to drop the tariffs that we have on China's imported goods. It'll be interesting to see how the two conversation goes and how they negotiate, especially with issues like Taiwan and human rights in China also at the forefront. COVID continues to spread U.S., China, and especially in Europe, which raises some concern about the economies. We also note that last week funds came in and bought quite a few bean and meal and corn contracts after the CPI data. So inflation concerns continue to offer support in the market. So I think end users, speculators, will be buying breaks, and it'll be up to the Russian and South American and U.S. farmer to offer resistance on the top side. Some people think that nearby beans in 1180, 1250 range. The corn market, some people think down the road, March corn needs to trade at $6. And if there's a South American weather problem, either in southern Brazil or Argentina, we could trade over that $6 level. The wheat market, we have to watch. The key things is whether or not Russia exports and Europe exports decline. And there's one or two options there in the wheat market. Either prices rally to slow demand of the end user buying, especially North Africa and Middle East, or we here in the United States could see a little bit of export demand. Quite a bit of range between people's carryouts. Wheat somewhere between, let's say, 280 and 650, depending upon our export numbers. The corn, most people are using somewhere around 1290 versus the government's 1493 due to higher demand. And the beans, people are using more like 400 versus USDA's 340 due to lower exports. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day. And remember, always treat people like you yourself would like to be treated.